What's up, you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. A lot of you may have come over from Tony's live stream that I was just on. And I just want to make things clear. It's not that I'm like really just standing up for Tony. It's that I stand up for what is right, what's moral, and I mean common sense, you know? So welcome, you guys. I'm going to post the link and try to pin it to the top of the live chat for you guys. And you're welcome to come on with me. Yes, open panel right now, just Mike. If I can get it to post. This computer is such a piece of junk, man. All right, here we go. All right, there is the link. Y'all come on up, whoever would like to come up. Just make sure your connection's good, please. If the connection ain't good, I'll bring you down and you can go out and come back in. Let's see. Lastly, I need to come over here and pin it real quick. Okay, we've got it going. All right, y'all, come on up. So how is everyone today, first of all? I think that we need to talk a little bit about, you know, just life. Start out slow and relax them. There's so much like anxiousness and hate and just aggression. I just want to see everybody realize that we are supposed to have the same goal. If you're in this because of Kiely Rodni, our goal is to find justice for her, to find the truth, no matter what the truth may be. And it's not our jobs to point at, you know, other creators. That's just terrible because that's setting up harassment, and you know that that's what's going to happen, right? Good. How are you today, Awaken America? Y'all, the link is pinned to the top. I know some of you, or well, quite a few people said they wanted to come up on panel today. So that's what we're doing. I'm hoping that my European followers and my people from Australia, that they can join in this morning. I don't normally do these early lives. So how are you, Mark? And let me know if the music is too loud. I just kind of think it's a vibe. Kind of calm things down. There we go. How are you, Mike? You might have to pull down the YouTube tab if it's
sorry. No, I had several going and I forgot, so I had to mute them.
That's all right. How are you? You were over there with me on Tony's live. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I came to join to see
Cool.
what it was all about.
Well, I'm glad you did. Basically, we don't argue here. I let everyone share their opinions, and we just work around them. Maybe we don't agree, maybe we do, but I just believe in the right thing. Like, you know, not the popular thing, not the cultural thing, just what's right from wrong. Whether it brings me popularity, lots of likes and subs, that's not the point. I had a large channel once, and it's gone, and I'm starting over. So for me, it's not about that. It's just about doing the right thing, you know?
Totally agree.
And I mean, I'm not like friggin' Mother Mary. I'm not perfect. I'm not sinless. But I have worked on myself, and I have become a better person. At the time when that whole bullshit took place, which I'm over, and I forgave all those people, and I still do. But I was mourning, and I was depressed. I wasn't right in my mind, you know? That's how we got here. That's why I've worked on myself and try to be better and think only morally and not just do what's cool or pop. You know what I'm saying?
The truth isn't always the most popular thing, and
yeah,
I think that's what some people, they're too worried about how people judge them and what they look like and stuff. So
oh my God, you're so right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, instead of telling the truth or admitting they're wrong, they'd rather just act like it didn't happen. Or
yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, allegedly, Brittany. If you'd like to pop up, you can come up with me and Mark. Let's all have a discussion. And yeah, I do let people share their opinions. But you got to be respectful, and you got to be making sense, man. You can't just talk all kinds of bullshit, you know, like stuff you know yourself that ain't true. You know what I'm saying, Mark? Like, I've seen so many people doing that.
There's no facts behind what they're saying. I mean, if you have some sort of evidence, that's one thing, but it's all false accusations, and it's hurting this community. It is.
It's
not good.
like our own community doesn't realize that they're actually going against their community. Like if they want true crime, if they want us to be able to take up for, these victims, like for example with Kiely, that ain't going to happen if our community is completely destroyed. And that's where it's heading. Welcome, Just Mike.
Hello. How
Are you there
doing today?
I'm doing
here.
well.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but it is once again a little spotty.
I'm sorry about that.
That's
I'm
okay.
on my beat. I'm on my beat, so I have that connection in this state.
Yeah, I didn't exactly hear you, but it's not as bad as it was.
Okay. But you were saying.
No, what'd you say, Mike? Gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, he was breaking.
You
up
were
a little bit.
saying you were talking in mid-sentence.
Mike, you may have to go out and come back in, but I don't even know if that's going to fix it because the last time your connection done this as well. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Do you have a different computer or phone that you can try coming on? Okay. Yeah, Awaken America. That's something I wanted to speak about today. Plunder I saw her showing that some sleuth found Kiely's song on SoundCloud. I actually wanted to listen to some of it with you guys. Have you heard it, Mark?
No, I didn't even know anything about it. That's amazing.
Yeah, she has a song on SoundCloud, and it's really, really beautiful. Guys, just stop with the trolling. Like, if you think I'm going to let you up with these bullshit, troll names, Kiely and Brittany, and I'm not. So just stop. But anyway, we'll listen to it, Mark. It's really beautiful. I mean, I'll skip through it. That way I'm not, sharing her content, and you know what I'm saying. But let's see what else everybody's saying. Melissa says they're making the community look like really bad with the way they destroy others. It can really damage the way we look at as the true crime community and content creators. Yeah, not you, Awaken America. You're cool. If you'd like to come up, come on. Let's see here. Being ethically moral and humble is how we remain good people. Yeah. And it's like people don't care about morals whatsoever. Southern Moon, let's see, people believe in different things. Some people think Jesus is real, some people don't. Tomato, tomato. You're right. It's just, you know, when you look at someone that's making an argument based on their feelings or whatever, it's always going to be biased information. It's going to be hearsay. And you can't keep taking things out of context to make people look bad. It's just not right. You're probably all going to have to log in thanks to some of these people, but all right. Welcome,
Hey.
Annie. How are you?
I'm just working.
Just working. Well, that's good. Working mama. I'm not guessing. I'm guessing that you're a mama.
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, just a hardworking woman then. That's a good thing. Have you heard Kiely's SoundCloud song?
No.
All right. Well, let me go find that real quick. I'm just going to bring Plunder's stream up and we'll share it for a moment. If you guys haven't subscribed to Plunder, I'm sure everybody has. But she's been around forever and a day, and she does really good stuff.
Cool.
All right. Let me see here. We'll pull that one up. Share it out. Okay. But so what's on y'all's minds?
Honestly, we had too much info. Too much stuff going through.
There is so much.
Oh my God. I cannot believe the mentality of all these people. Like, on a serious note, it's like you're talking to these people and they're like, they don't use common sense.
They don't get it.
They're all blinded by this persona. It's crazy. By this cult.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane. It really is. And then they'll come after you so hard when, I try to be respectful. People just don't like an opinionated woman that's loud and won't hush. They don't like that.
Me either.
And that's just who I am. and it's not like I'll just argue anything. I mean, it has to be something that I'm really passionate about or something that's important to the world. And this case, because of what's happened, it's going to be an example. And it's so unfair to Kiely Rodni that all of this bullshit on YouTube has
Had
come
to happen
about.
to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taken away from her and her memory.
As a human being, literally, it's just disgusting how people have created just YouTube channels off of this and are monetizing off of this. And it's like, and everybody, and I get it, everybody's entitled to an opinion, but none of us know what happened. We can all assume, and I get it, you know, everybody has their theory of what could have this or what could have that. Like, you wouldn't involving the family per se, like, oh, this person had this to do with it. Well, this person could have, like, it's just disgusting. But again, you never know. At the end of the day, you never know. But just give the family like a piece of, like, you know, thankfully they were able to find her, you know, and then discrediting AWP, like, dude, who does that?
Well, we know who does it.
Well, yeah, we know who does it.
And it's crazy. It's obvious why they do it.
Yeah, and like, these people are out there, you know, obviously they're not working with law enforcement. They're working off of subscribers, and you know, they're funded by all of us at the end of the day, and they're trying to do good, and then I have these people out here discrediting them. It's inhumane.
Absolutely. It is. You know, I have my theories, but I make sure people understand that when I'm looking at the evidence, when I'm going through things, that I'm speculating because nobody really knows yet.
Nobody knows. I mean, for all we know, I mean, she could have drove herself down there. For all we know, she could have, you know, somebody could have put a rock in the accelerator, shoved her down there. There's a million theories as to what could have happened, but you know, when people just, I get the hibity-jeebies.
Well, I like hearing everyone else's opinions and thoughts on what's going on because, I mean, just because I have a show on YouTube, just because I have what I have, my education, you know, that don't make me right. My theories have been adjusted actually because of evidence and things that you guys, you know, have brought to me. Like people have noticed things. I noticed the car in the picture, you know, I've been working on that and trying to focus on that. But then you have all this nonsense, and I'm the type of person I don't know why I'm built this way, but I can't just sit back and let somebody be beat down when it's wrong. You know, I have to be me putting my nose where it doesn't belong. I know that I do it, but it's for good. I wouldn't just be doing this if it wasn't important. Like with XanaMay, for instance. I thought she was guilty because of Ryan's first content in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Me too. So what about you guys? Did you also believe what you were seeing at first?
I did until I start fact checking.
Exactly. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I mean, when you take a clip out of context, but then you actually go back and do fact checking for yourself and see the whole entire video, and you realize the things he's saying is not true.
Yeah. No research.
These people don't deserve
They're just taking a word of mouth, basically.
What's happening? Because I had some of his people, like I think he was sending them my way to try and change my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my thoughts on it. But they would send me like weird stuff, like because I've been having XanaMay on, been talking to her and trying to get to know her, like her actual person. Because I feel like, you know, we can hear what someone else says about someone all day. But I hear what people say about me too, and I know who I am. So that don't mean that what they're saying about her or anybody else
you,
right. Yeah. You got to make your own opinions. How are you today, Mike? Oh no, you're fine.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. My biggest focus that I'm looking at is why didn't the cadaver dogs hit onto the lake? They should have hit in that spot. Same thing. Just like the same thing with the ping I call track tracing, which should have even gotten to that area. Like something doesn't add up. But
it doesn't.
And I'm talking about I'm talking about specifically the dogs. I understand the tracking, itself might not get sent. But if they did have cadaver dogs, which I've heard they did, I didn't hear factually, those cadaver dogs should have gone to the lake.
Yeah,
And
this is the best your sound has been. It's still choppy, but I got what you said there. You're right. What do you guys think about the cadaver dogs?
It sounds a little. It's someone's audio is like chopping.
Mike's is out, but I wanted to let him come up for a little bit. It's crazy. Every time he comes on, it's like this. I hate it because he's got some good info, and he's really been doing his hardest to try and figure things out. But like he was saying, the cadaver dogs did not notice, like they didn't point out anything, they didn't hit on anything. And then here she is. Do you all believe it's possible that she was put in like 3 to 4 days later, or do you think that they just missed it?
They could have missed it.
To be honest with you, I think they could have missed it. Like if you really watched and studied Doug's commentating and how he was going through it at the beginning, he wasn't even sure.
Right.
He wasn't totally for sure it was a car. He had to wait until you had a magnet get down and like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah.
I see the way.
He was like,
on top of it, you got to also think that when this went in and within 2 weeks, you're having all that movement of current going through. It's near the reservoir. You're going to have all this silt on there. The water difference was into play too. So everyone could have been like, should have, could have, would have. And at that time, the water wasn't that clear. And during the summertime, if you know how Lake Tahoe is in that area, the water tends to get a little more clear. And it's been getting clearer as time goes on.
Right.
But
I think they mentioned that in the WP though, that the water, the color of the water was different. I mean, I'm from New York. I have no idea. I mean, I just found out about that part of just recently with this whole Kiely Rodni situation. I didn't even know
how the lake's dropping.
Yeah, I didn't know honestly.
That check it.
Check it. Yeah, all of
said that they completely drain it basically for Lake Tahoe when it starts getting dry. They start draining Prosser so that it'll fill it back up or whatever. That's what I heard.
Because it's a man-made lake. It's man-made.
It's a man-made one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lots of areas.
Say that one more time, Mike. It cut up so bad I didn't understand
that. Let's see if I can find the microphone. I was saying that Prosser Lake is a man-made lake. It's man-made reservoir.
Yes.
So it feeders into everything else. Like that's how California does it in all different places. They'll fill up the reservoirs, and then when it comes to summertime, they let it all out. Like where I live in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You would not imagine the Arkansas River being so low. You just couldn't imagine it. And we were at our 2 years ago. So I kind of.
So are you from California, Mike?
Yeah.
If you don't mind my asking. Okay, I have a question then. Like Nick, the tow truck driver, it's been said that he works with law enforcement and all of that. What is that program out there where they have those it's like AAA, but it's like through the government, I guess, through the state government? Like, what is that? Like, what is he? What company is he working through, and how does that all work?
Probably what we call a self-employed one, where they go down on the freeways, making sure that the freeways are constantly clear of.
He's supposed to work like with the 911 type ordeal or something.
So if it's like a non-emergency problem, let's say you break down and you're way out somewhere, they'll go out there. It could be a battery, it could be gas, it could be anything. So like I said, it keeps the flow of traffic going.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So have you saw this SoundCloud that was Kylie's song on SoundCloud? Have you heard it yet? Plunder talked about it just not very long ago.
No, I haven't heard it. No.
No, I've tried to limit it as much as I need to see and do out of respect for the mother itself. Like,
absolutely.
So why do I need to hear her voice, if it makes sense?
I get that, but out of like my thing is in memory of her, out of respect, you know, like I think it's important to share her art, like too, you know, the good things.
So
like have some positivity.
I did my own version on that, and it was kind of premature because it wasn't officially announced. It was based on AWP's comments. I made a memorial. It actually made 2 memorial videos on my TikTok.
I need to be able to get those up because I did tell you I will show that. And Southern Moon, I see your question. How do I know that he deleted the messages? Well, because I went to the source and I spoke to him about the situation and I understand how it happened. That's how, and I'm a logical person that isn't out to just ruin everybody that I come across because maybe they don't have the same opinion or maybe they're not from the same group of people. I like not everybody here has the same opinions, but we don't argue and freak out, you know? There's no point in it.
The key thing that I'm looking at that everyone doesn't really discuss is, and I can kind of now time it with Sammy, is the life 360 being turned off manually.
That girl, I'm telling you now.
That one, I think you know where I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Premeditated part, turned it off because she had to be the only one on the phone to know that Kiely's stuff is tracked.
Yeah.
So when you turn that off, that just
she knew what. Yeah.
You're murdering her. So to me, in the end, even when I bounce out of this, I look at it as California most likely will give her a manslaughter charge, regardless if it's accident or if it was considered term homicidal. They will most likely give her manslaughter because of her age. Plus, also look at who she has in her pocket. Like, she's got the ticket of
her
on everybody.
A lawyer, a private investigator. Absolutely. I've got something I want to share with you guys actually before the SoundCloud song. Zav had found the interview like that. A lot of people have not seen this interview, so I want to just view Zav's stuff. I talked to Zav. She's given me permission, you know, to share anything I need to. So if you haven't subscribed to Zav Girl, I'm going to say, you know, go check her stuff out. And if you enjoy it, subscribe. She has a great heart. She and I don't see eye to eye on Ryan, but I still love her and I support her and trust her and hope the best for her. She's my friend, and you know we don't have to all agree on everything. That's not realistic, you know. That would be a fake situation if everybody agreed on everything. All right, so I'm gonna turn it on. We're gonna watch just a little and see what everybody thinks. Okay, and let me know if you've seen this before, because a lot of people have not.
It cuts off, but here you can see just more of the video. So
my girl Tiff.
Party at Prosser Lake where Rodney was last seen. Hundreds of underage teens were at the party. No cell phone clips have been turned in from this group that could be evidence of Rodney leaving.
Is the sheriff's department giving you indication that they're not getting these pictures?
Yes. So if you caught that, they asked, basically, are they not getting the pictures and videos from the party that the kids are supposed to be sending in? And the mom, you hear the mom right there say, yeah, they're not getting it. It's true. So that goes back to an interview where it was on.
Hundreds of underage teens were at the party. No cell phone clips have been turned in from this group that could be evidence of Rodney leaving.
Is the sheriff's department giving you indication that they're not getting these?
To come through the door at this point, it's we still don't know what happens to her, and so we're just working to piece together those last moments that she was at the party to figure out where she did go and with whom.
I presume you've talked to some of her close friends that might have been with her that night. Are they
obviously now we know, where she was at. Like we still don't have much more information than we had back when this was recorded.
Feeling any details to you? Do they know much?
Her friends who were there with her at the party have been nothing but so cooperative and so courageous in coming forward and sharing their stories. And we have such a love for all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and compromising, not compromising, but
compromising.
Oh, sorry.
It's almost as if her subconscious is speaking about how she feels about it, even though she's showing love and respect. I think that's because that's who she is, and nothing has been proven yet. What do you guys think?
Knows.
Yeah.
She definitely knows something's off. Some other's intuition.
She tricked Sammy like it's her own daughter.
I get that. Yeah, like at the memorial they had recently. Oh, it was so strange, wasn't it? And it made people look at the mom, but I think that's just her kindness. It's not been proven that Sammy done anything yet. And I think even after it is proven that the way that Lindsay is, the way she's built, the way she raised Kiely, like their morals, I believe that she would still, I don't know, it's weird. I think she would almost feel sorry for her. Is that like, I don't know, in a weird way, I think she has like that hurt, but she's just different than a lot of us.
I feel kind of more denial just for the fact that if I went to any female like your own self, and if you were in her position and you heard one of her friends say, "Oh, I gave her shots. Oh, we learned and we know not to drink and drive." But
I would be the worst mom for this to happen. Like I would not be nice at all.
Where be coming out? This ain't Mama Bear, and I'm kind of curious. I get the feeling because I listened to the visual because of Cali Thunder having a back with it, but I found it odd that the dad and grandpa were kind of distant from the mother. So I get the feeling that grandpa and dad are thinking that this wasn't no accident. And here's mom
grandpa and dad seem to know what's up.
Think that it's an accident.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Mark and is it Annie that I've got up here? Let me pull this back up. Yeah, Annie.
Yeah. Honestly, this is no accident. Deep down inside, I guess the mother wants to believe that it is, but her intuition's kicking in that video. You can see it. It's very contradicting, on my opinion.
Yeah. Are you still there, Mark?
Yeah.
What's your opinion like on this situation?
I honestly,
if you don't have one, you don't have to, but
yeah, I mean, I really think it was an accident.
You do?
But yeah. I think her mom is getting attacked by a lot of people, and she probably knows Sammy as well, so that's why she's kind of comforting her. I don't really know if it's anything suspicious. I feel like she already knows that if Sammy is innocent, she probably has survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to comfort her to not feel any worse than she already does because of people attacking her that don't know who she even is.
I respect your opinion and your view. It's always good to have somebody with a different view on panel. And I appreciate what you said. I don't personally see it that way. Since the very beginning, when I found out she was missing, and I watched interviews of Sammy and some of these other people, I instantly had like this gut feeling. And I'm pretty good with this stuff. Like if you talk to anybody that used to watch me way back in the day, I have like this thing. I don't know what it is, what you call it, but it's like an intuition. I just feel it.
Sixth sense.
Yeah. I don't know if it's where I've been through so much tragedy and lost a child. I don't know. And I'm not saying that I'm like the smartest or I know everything, or I'm not. But my opinion is that something very, very, very like terrible happened. And I feel that this poor girl, Kiely Rodni, that she did not have a good friend around her that night.
No, I genuinely believe that, you know what's so crazy is that at this point, it's again, it's what you think, what I think. It could have been an accident from the beginning. Let's say maybe they gave her, some sort of something, and she passed out, and maybe she was too passed out, and they panicked.
Yeah, this could be a Mean Girls prank. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It could have been a prank, and it turned bad. And obviously, you have a body, you don't know what to do with it. The first thing you think is just throw it in the lake. It could have been an accident from the beginning. I agree. What is it, Tiki
Kitty? Yeah, the belts. Like I noticed. Okay, when we reviewed the footage from AWP, I seen that she was clothless. I mean, it was blurred, but you could see her. And you could see skin color. You could tell there was no clothing on her top torso. You could see her beautiful face. I mean, you couldn't see it clearly. It was blurred, but you could tell what you were looking at.
I knew right away. Definitely there. That it had no clothing.
Yeah, and when I seen no clothes and I seen those seatbelts, I said, I believe she was restricted with the seatbelts and stuff. And if you remember, Nick kept saying, the weird thing about Nick, he was saying that she asked him how to connect her seatbelt to her belt, and those seatbelts had been connected to her so she would not float out of that car. And I'm saying that speculatively. Let me tell you, that's my opinion, you guys. So, but it's my visual opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just have a question then. If you saw her and you believe that she didn't have any clothes on, how was the seatbelt connected to her pants or her belt to hold her down?
Right, I get that. That does make sense. Thank you for saying that. It's not that it was connected to her belt. That's just something he was stating. But the seatbelts were like, it looked as if they were wrapped around her. And when AWP speaks, for example, Jared's interview with Annie on 10 to Life, when she asks him about decomp and if Kiely had any clothing on. He answers the decomp question, tries to avoid the clothing question. She doubles down and asks again, and that's when he says she only had on one shoe. People have said, yeah, but Nick said he's seen a pair of shoes. Well, he later stated that he saw one shoe. It's just like a common thing to say, oh, I see shoes, even if it's one. That's like 1 foot put up or something.
Yeah, so you just pluralize it.
Did you see Tyler Feller trying to show different ways of showing?
But I saw him on Zabs one night.
He went on his show and he had this exact car on, and he showed different ways on how that buckle was showing out. One of them, which most looked likely plausible, was the tie up around sequence, and it looked very identical to what was in the video of AWOP.
Yeah. I have a friend who has a 2013 around that area CRV, and what we're going to do for you guys, I'm going to do a live one day and let you tell me what to do, how to do it. Like I'm going to try all the seat belts and the straps in the back, and like see in the back of those they have like connectors and stuff for the like straps and belts, because those type of vehicles are for like traveling and all, what I'm saying.
Yeah, they have extra straps in the back
for luggage.
Yeah, for the luggage, and there's a part in the back.
Yeah, Annie, keep going.
Actually, for the trunk itself, you can, because it's foldable. That trunk actually, you can fold the back seats and the CRV. They have like an extra strap on the back as well.
Yeah, and guys, I'm not trying to avoid your comments at all. Like I've expressed why I feel the way I do about Tony, because I actually went and spoke to Tony, and he answered me. Like after the thing I showed you guys yesterday, we had more of a conversation, because that's just who I am. Like I have been smeared, so I know what it's like to be, pinned as the villain. And when there wasn't even any information. Like it was just like circumstantial. They didn't like me, so make me out to be a bully. You know what I mean? And so I don't always believe what I hear. I don't believe like when things I know they've been altered or been removed from a longer video. You always need to go back and watch the full source, watch it all. So that way you can get a better understanding, and then even ask the person. But you got to be respectful, because I don't agree sometimes with the way Tony reacts to people, like with the things he says to them. And
is that Tony Dodge that you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't always agree with the way he replies to people, but I do understand that he is in a position that he is stressed the fuck out right now. People are harassing him, threatening him, smearing his name all over the place, and he is upset. So he is responding in like a negative way, but he didn't like. He's still innocent of what's being said.
He reminds me of a shock jock at times, because I've tried to get on his panels for other things, and he just reminds me of a shock jock type.
Yeah, he's a new age Howard Stern.
Yeah, he talks like a commentator mixed with a radio host.
Yes.
That's his style, you know, and it works.
And it works for him.
It does.
Yeah.
I like Tony. I don't agree with him like calling people names and like the way he responds. And I've told him that, and I'm telling you all that. But that's Tony. I can't change that part about him.
You can't change who he is. But yeah, I mean, again, so what we were talking earlier, everybody's entitled to their opinion at the end of the day. And we might not always agree with what he says, but he's being bullied. Like, it's,
and
I think this is
he's not the only one.
To everybody.
He has created like literally like 6 more victims aside out on the outer skirts of Kiely's case, because this is all people connected, creators that are, you know, invested in her. And he's like targeting them because he wanted his, like, it's so strange to me when this started out, like he had offered the car and money and so on, right? And it ain't really that. It's his ego. Ryan has a God complex, and he cannot stand for anyone to say anything that does not completely form to what he believes. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And he is like really spiteful. I've realized he finds a way to tie in each creator that has said, and I'm looking for him to come after me one day, maybe not. He may not want to come after.
He's going to come after everybody.
I don't know if he'll come after me, though, because I'm Southern. I have that hillbilly slang. I know how to understand what he's saying. And I also know how to explain to everyone else what he's doing. And he don't like that.
He's probably going to come after this New Yorker.
Oh, girl, I got you. I got you. I stand up for what's right, not what's popular.
It's all right. I mean, listen, at the end of the day. I've seen enough
on 3 cases. Point blankly, the way he gets his information now, it's something that I used to do. I used to troll like bad, and I've done good. All he's trying to do is get you on a reaction. That's all he's doing.
Exactly.
And the thing is,
but it's wrong. This is a murder or accident.
But I will tell you one thing: he's trying to get on everybody's gullibility. So not only is he dealing with like the adults, you know, he's affecting the children that watch him, that listen to him at that party. So he's doing a stupid reverse psychology. Is the best way to put it. He's trying to do something that I used in the Delphi case.
He has purposely gained a dumbed down fan base. Not all. I was a fan. Psychobabble. There's a lot of us that were fans, right? And we're not fans no more for a reason, you know. But then you've got the cult that he has, and it is a cult.
It is a cult. It is a cult. I mean, if you see, which basically created this whole turmoil, the video reaction that he was doing based on something that was done right before Kiely when Kiely was just reported missing, before AWP found the car. He's going back and he's saying, well, yeah, you know what? That's why you need to go back and you need to check all of this stuff. And then he's like, well, I'm jotting down, this man is sus as fuck. And I'm like, what? Just because they're saying this, and everybody has their own opinion at the end of the day, bro. Like, he needs to, and it's sad because he has so much following that he's just creating this. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know it's a cult. I was one of them. And I mean, I was able to see things from a different point of view and say, I'm like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? He's coming after all of us. He'll make a reaction of that video from earlier. I'll tell you that.
Oh, he's going to.
Oh, yeah.
Going to come for us. I don't care.
So we're all going down. But
well, I got y'all's backs. Listen, I got your back.
Honestly, I don't care.
I go with what is right, not what is popular, obviously. I mean, what I've said has not gotten me all the love in the world, but it has me a respectful, like, people, like, following that has common sense, and that's what I want. I'm not looking for what he has. I don't want a dumbed down audience that'll just agree with everything I say. I want people to tell me if I'm wrong, or to remind me if I'm like doing,
check
you know,
yeah, to
keep
check
me in
you if you're
line, keep me
wrong.
in check, man. I'm not above that. My ego, I used to have a bigger ego, right? Everybody has to work with themselves and figure out who they are and grow into a real adult. And you'll realize when that moment happens. Let's see. He says here, but then you said it only goes primary if you respond. After you said it's spam. Then listen, things can go to your primary album, your general album, but it only goes to general, and then well, then you got requests, but it only goes to general if you choose that. I don't know how it ended up in there, but like I just stated, I had one in my folder, and it was because my husband had responded. You know, who's to say how that conversation started? And then he may have thought it was a real person. They could have said, hey, and he said, hey, and then they said that. And that would have landed it in his primary folder. Do you understand? That don't mean that he did anything infamous.
If I were to
make him guilty of anything.
You know, if I were to show you how my DMs on Instagram look, I mean, I was participating in the Maxim cover girl for 2022. I landed in top 5. Woohoo.
Awesome.
Yeah, but you know,
my New York girl. Yeah.
Yes. And for some XY reason, you know, obviously I got all these freaking promos of people. Well, I'll make you this. Just give me this, and I'll give you that.
And they were trying to scam you?
A bunch of spam stuff. Yeah, they were trying to get my money.
The Cash App thing, have you had any of those?
Oh, I had a guy once tell me, I'll be your sugar daddy.
Oh,
you don't have to pay for anything. I'll fly you wherever.
There are real sugar daddies, but these ones like that pop up like that, they're so fake.
Bro,
and
you have a page with a random photo that you obviously know it's not you, and with 1 follower. Come on.
Yeah.
You're a bot. You're obviously a fake profile. And honestly, that's why even if when you zoom in, because obviously I watched the whole that name who shall not be mentioned here video. I watched it and I saw it just said Instagram user. So obviously that person deleted their profile or it got reported.
It's a bot account, right? Or it's just a scammer. It's either a bot or it's a legit like scammer from a foreign country.
It's a scammer. Yeah.
Hey, Justin. This person says, do we have jobs? Yes, I actually do have a job. I was a corrections officer for 6 years. I worked law enforcement for 3. I'm also a substitute teacher when I choose to do that. I have my own things going on. At one point,
I'm currently at work. I'm actually a boss. So guess what? I'm actually sitting down here talking in my office.
Hell yeah.
These people are crazy.
Nowadays, people do TikTok while they're at work. They'll just like turn their camera on and, you know, do that multitasking through social media. Times are changing, people. It don't mean you're a piece of shit just because you get online and talk about things that are important.
Actually, this is very entertaining because, you know, it makes my job a little bit easier. I'm not stressed.
What'd you say, Mike?
To share my opinion.
I said people that go on TikTok, like myself, for what we do.
I do TikTok.
It's a job. It's very hard to, even if I'm not seeing people, it's hard to even.
I'll tell you what's funny. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, now this is a new age. Like you're online. Like it's going to get to the point, I think, where kids have to go to school online at home because of the school systems and all the bad things happening. People's work. Look at how many people transitioned to being able to work at home when before they would have never been able to do that because the company would have never found a way to do it. Then COVID happened and everything is now capable online. It's so much cooler online. That song just hit me.
Wait, sorry. I'm just reading the chat real quick here.
You're fine.
Data Funk was like, why am I looking at Kylie's mom and then hear you guys talking about sugar?
Okay. Because we were trying to like do 2 things at once. We started getting a bunch of comments asking questions that I didn't want to avoid.
Yeah.
So we responded.
I'm sorry. No, he's right. It was kind of iffy.
We explained it. Yeah. We got off topic because of comments. Sorry.
Yeah, we did. Sorry about that.
See, that's where people just see something small and they take it out of context.
Oh, no, yeah. You know, there you go. Exhibit A. You just went in and you just saw this, you see us talking about sugar daddies and all. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
see. They'll snip this clip, post it
Oh
online, and say,
wow.
"Hey,
Make
we're
it look like.
saying that, you know, X, Y, and Z is talking about sugar daddies," and they
Mhm.
have her face posted.
And it's
You'll see.
insane. Ryan is, excuse my French, I had to go to him again, but he stated he don't have none of his followers' backs. He don't want y'all taking up for him because he ain't got your backs. He said that himself.
Oh yeah.
And if you were on my panel right now and you said something to me just because he don't like me, like if you were here, he would fucking villainize the shit out of you and be glad to do it. I've
Yep,
seen
I
him
said,
turn on
said,
a bunch of people
I don't give a fuck. You
Yeah.
guys can all unsubscribe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need a following of people that just agree with me. I love that you guys question me and keep me in check, like I said, because yeah, it keeps accountability, and we all need that in our lives, and that's what's going on with him right now. He needs accountability. But okay, let me get back to this because it's supposed to have the Sammy interview in it. I know I watched it last night, and I'm hoping it's this one. And I want your all's opinions, and well, that'll also give them the idea of why this is up right now. So let's try to watch this a little bit more. I'll skim on through. I think we already heard what she said. Mama said.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I need to find where Sammy would be at in it. No, this has to be it.
I'm going to mute myself so it doesn't double echo.
Okay. Well, it appears I
Same here.
found the wrong interview anyways. So give me a sec to pull up the right one. Look at me not finding the right stuff. Dad, what one of these was it that that's, oh, here it is. Never mind. It's just below it. Sorry about that.
Hey guys, welcome.
Oh, I love Tiff. Hey,
so
babe.
I was searching.
Here it is. All right, let's watch it. And we'll react as we go.
And if she were to have driven, she wouldn't have made it far. So my concern is that somebody may have offered to drive her home and then didn't take her home.
Last seen celebrating with her fellow seniors. Where is
Will you
Kiely
use my
Rodni
That made her
phone?
sound like
I hope she
Good.
knows that we all just love her and we just want her to be safe.
her comment.
That somebody else was involved is my main concern, and I think a lot of the people of Truckee and Tahoe feel the same way. Just that there was somebody else involved because they haven't found a car yet. They've done helicopter searches over Prosser and all of Truckee. Everybody's looking everywhere constantly for her and her car.
So I want to play one.
Everybody's looking everywhere constantly for her in her car. Somebody took her. Distraction. Look over here. Please, God, don't look at Prosser right now.
Oh yeah, don't look at Prosser. Do not. Absolutely.
Every
not.
time she talks, it comes in third person, like she's talking about herself.
Yeah, I picked that up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those ones I call it is you hear the white lies, like you're talking about yourself, but you want to pin on other people. And when she was on panel, and I did get a chance to ask the question to her, I was going to ask her, I'm like, why didn't you and your team group go over to that area and look and search?
Right.
Instead, you were trying to have them all wait for that area.
Instead, she was having a media tour, trying to get herself on as many platforms until the backlash come to her. I think she thought she outsmarted everyone.
In most missing cases, sometimes the person of interest or the potential suspect inserts themselves into the case where they're part of the searching or try to be on that. When I listen to everything she talked about, and I'm scratching my head like, there is no way police officers are going to really not arrest anybody for drugs or alcohol, allow teen meetups by the main person of interest, which is supposedly Sammy as the last person to see. It just didn't make sense of them. Like I was saying earlier, the dogs, like everything on here sounds too staged. The thing I think that's really making
it definitely sounds too staged.
Okay, I wanted to address this real quick, you guys. I am very smart. I'm educated. I'm experienced, and I also had a channel before. I had a larger platform where people valued my opinions. No, I'm not the smartest person in the room, but thank you for apparently having that in the back of your mind. I appreciate that. And then Southern Moon, I've tried to be so respectful in answering your questions about Tony. It's just that you are unwilling to see the reality of what took place. You just don't want to believe it, and that's fine. If you don't like Tony that much, it's fine. Personally, I just don't think that we should condemn people because someone else don't like them and because they're rich and famous. That's just crazy. So if you don't like what I've said, if you don't like my opinions about it, you're more than welcome not to my channel or not watch Tony's channel when I'm there. It's all right. I don't mind. But I just believe in doing the right thing. And that's just it. So you're welcome to be here if you'd like, but just continue being respectful. That's all I really got to say to that. Sorry. And that's why I ended up having to talk about crazy things that don't have anything to do with this, because if you don't respond, then it's a big deal and it's insanity. Okay, you guys, let's finish watching some of this because this interview is super interesting, and I know a lot of people have not seen it unless they saw it on Zavs.
One little piece of that over again.
I have the last call to her.
I have the last call to her. How do you friggin' know that? How do you know that? How do you know you're the last one that's seen her after you said Elsa saw her after you? That's weird.
Yeah, that's How do you know you were the last person to speak to her? According to the text,
it's her reaction now.
Last
she's controlling the narrative, y'all.
Yeah, and she's making that statement that I was the last person who spoke to her. How do you know that? What, you took her phone?
Thought she left.
I thought you saw she left, right? You grabbed her phone. That's why you know you were the last person to speak to her.
You know that her story is not fully true because of being on Tony's and freaking out, like having to gather herself to remember her lines, like pulling her hair pretty much, like freaking out, like, oh my goodness, it's just, and then like she kept babbling up when she was speaking about, like, even to them planning to go. She said, yeah, we were planning the party. Kylie and I were talking about, but we were never planning to ride together, but we ended up not riding together. She knew exactly where she was.
But she went her own way, and then I went my way. And then I was the last person who spoke to her.
And we were bestest friends in the whole wide world, but yet they were not.
But you know what's crazy is that if that was my best friend, and I'm just saying this from my point of view, if that were my best friend, first of all, I would have left with her. I would have told her, come pick my ass up.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Girl, I need you in my life. Where are you?
On the other side.
I need to move to New York.
No, don't move out here. It's too expensive.
Listen, it's poor here, and well, it's just a shitty place. But
it's a shit in New York. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, I would have told my friend, let's go together. We're gonna rock out together. What kind of best friend just goes on her way and then another one their way? It's just plain and simple. That's not your friend if you're quote unquote saying, oh yeah, we were supposed to go together, but we didn't, but we this, but we that. So then who the hell did Kylie go with?
Yeah, well, we've seen that TikTok, right, of her pulling that chair and how she is. That was a guy that she was like fighting with, and she almost won. And then you see how she acts around guys and stuff, how flirty and like attention seeking she can be. Now look at Kylie, how beautiful and young. You know how guys are. They like it. These kids were around her age. So I'm not saying like there was some weird guy that likes young girls. I'm saying these guys who are around that age, just slightly older, they like younger girls. 18, they like 16. It's weird.
It's weird.
And apparently Sammy had dated Nate, and Kylie was apparently around the time that she passed, had been dating him, and like I guess they broke up, but they were still talking or something. Now here they're planning this party out. Sammy is supposed to be the planner of the party. It seems to me they planned something bad to happen to Kylie, and it went out of control.
They may be trying to pull a prank, and it ended out bad.
Like a dirty, mean girl. Yeah.
Yeah, a dirty, mean girl prank. But
pretending to be her friend, finally.
But maybe at the end of the day, she was probably jealous of her deep down inside, in the back of her head. I'm the best friend, but stabbing you in the back kind of situation.
Absolutely.
And did a nice little prank on her that ended bad. And, teens panic. I think anybody would in their position. Obviously I'm speaking from my point of view.
Yeah, but that's what we want. I want your point of view.
Given a situation, I would have panicked. We don't know what we would have done with the body in our hands.
Right. Well, I bet you $1 we wouldn't have put her in the lake. We'd have called the cops.
Oh, yeah.
And the ambulance and tried to resuscitate her if something happened. Give her CPR. I mean, I'd have been fighting
Or maybe, you know, she was just passed out.
Yeah. I don't know about
Maybe
y'all,
she-
but I've been educated on these things where I did work in the jail and stuff. You have to know CPR. You have to know how to try and save someone's life if something's happening. Well, I've been out at gas stations before. I saved a little girl once, and then one time an old man, he had like oh my goodness, my brain, I have brain farts often. He had seizures because he was playing Keno on those like gambling machines, and the lights, the way they are, like the fluorescent lighting in the back, it caused him to have that seizure. What is that called when lights do that? Oh my goodness.
The strobe lights.
What's that like that causes a seizure? They have like
an epilepsy attack.
Epilepsy, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to give that old man CPR and try to keep him going until they got there. If it was your friend, that's what you would do. So if this turns out this was a prank gone wrong and stuff, and they just covered it up, that makes it a crime right there. That makes this a murder because they didn't try.
No,
you know what I mean?
Make it a murder. It makes it manslaughter.
Yeah, manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, manslaughter. But to me, it's murder. To me, it's like you're letting that person lose their life.
Well, you got to take into account these are kids.
Absolutely.
Kids don't have the same developed mind that an adult does, and they're going to react entirely
right,
different.
Angry Snowman. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Let's finish watching a little bit, and then we'll talk more.
The last person pretty much like who knows what was happening.
Smith got a ride home from the party.
I mean, so what do you guys make of that? I mean, she's saying I was pretty much the last one who knows what was happening.
Yeah, like she knows what was happening. She's the last one that, let's see here. It should be.
The last person pretty much like
Do you see that pause?
So I can make out where it looks like she's saying when I left.
Oh my goodness. Y'all see this picture of Kiely back here behind her with the purple in her hair?
Yeah, I see.
You need to go to my TikTok. It's so weird. Like, that's another thing that gets me. My daughter looks so much like her. For school this year, literally on like August the 3rd or something, I went and had Sadie's hair, like had purple put in it. It's so insane to me. It just makes it like, I don't know, it makes it personal, and I have to take the unbiased emotions away from that, you know? But I just had to make that. I've never seen that photo of her either with the purple in her hair like that at that age. It's just, yeah.
Oh, the other reason why I hopped up here, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
My camera froze. The other reason why I hopped up here is you made the comment about 18-year-old boys dating 16-year-olds.
Right.
And it not being well, it is very common.
Right.
You got to. It's actually really common. You got to remember when we were in school, a lot of 18-year-old seniors in high school were dating 16-year-old freshmen and sophomores.
I moved out with my parents' home. I was 14 years old, and my husband is like 2 years older than me. So he was underage, like he wasn't considered an adult when we got together. But as time went on, here I was like 15, 16, and he was turning 18, you know? So that is
for me, 18 and 16, not a big deal. When you start getting into the, 25, 30 range, and you're talking a high school kid, now we got issues.
Yeah, it's weird. And it happens so freaking much. And even with YouTube creators, like using their platform to talk to young kids, that happens, and it's sick as shit.
It happens more than we can actually think of. And it's
But also with this accident, I'm more of this is what I think happened. This is my theory now. Because I've had a lot of friends that got drunk, all right, went out to their vehicle to pass out. They started their car up. They put their seatbelt on. The only reason why they started the car is it was either hot and they wanted the air conditioner on so they could cool down, or it was cold out and they wanted the heater on. All right, they're laying there passed out drunk. Their hand swings over, either hits the gear shifter on the steering column or hits the gear shifter in the center console, puts the vehicle either in neutral or in drive, and down the road they go, passed out drunk. The driver's seat reclined back. It happens. It happens more often than what people think.
So you think that there were other people in the vehicle with her and that they got out? Is that what you think?
I think that there's a possibility that, yes, there was kids that were actually in the vehicle. They were trying to maybe go to sleep, pass out, whatever. It was late at night. And some of them weren't as drunk as maybe she was. I think that she was drunk. She's in the driver's seat. They got out. They were able to get out, and she possibly panicked and couldn't get out and drown.
Okay. Have you heard? I'm just asking. I respect that. I mean, it is a feasible thing you're saying. It could have happened. Have you heard Jared's statements about her clothing on 10 to Life?
No, because and you got to, as far as the clothing goes, are you talking what she was wearing when they pulled her out?
She was supposed to be wearing a shoe in the trunk, just a shoe, no clothing other than a shoe.
Okay, she was in the water for 14 days.
I mean, she had no clothing on.
You got to remember, she was in the water for 14 days.
Right.
There's a lot of things that can happen in the water in 14 days to a human body.
Do you think so? Well, yeah. If you think it's an accident, you do think she's been there the whole time. Okay. Well, I respect your opinion. It's not my opinion, but I'm saying it's possible, you know?
I mean, because look, there's got to, you got to have people that are willing to look at the possibility of accident as well. Everything can't.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if we all agreed.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're not attacking you or anything. So.
Oh, I don't think you are. I don't think that. Trust me, I got a backbone, man. I can handle it.
Y'all are really sensible people, and Angry Snowman, I agree. Like, you seem to be like a type of person that can be funny. It's just you're not babyfied. You're not one of these new people, like this new generation that, I don't know, give everybody a trophy. Like, I don't believe in that mentality.
Huh.
And
my kids don't even tell my kids that they're doing a good job unless it's something that warrants them being told they did a good job.
I'm the same way with Sadie. Like last night, I told her she's done a great job. You know, like, you cannot baby your children, and you gotta be careful. It's really important.
Mm-hmm.
So, had you all seen this interview that I just shared?
That you're watching now?
The one that we just watched?
I've seen some of her content. Man, she's like one of them weird to me.
Well,
she's
not necessarily that, but I mean that news, like that specific interview with Sammy.
I've seen some of it. Look, man, I'll be honest. I'm new to this.
I started to watch it, and then I saw her mad sketchy, and I said, you know what? I got better stuff to do.
Right. See,
I'm just new to this whole crime channel stuff.
Go ahead.
Man.
I'm sorry.
No, well, I was just saying I'm new to this whole crime channel stuff, and
be careful
on YouTube. And the thing is some of these folks on here are like, they're conspiracy theorists when it comes to murder.
Drama channels. That's what yeah. Plenty of trauma channels, and then there's like YouTube channel eaters that just kind of shark around. They don't understand like any of the crime aspects. They don't have any influence or experience information they can give, but they still join in so that they can eat up a person's channel. Things like that go on in the true crime community too often. And I'm working to try and clean our community up and make it a respectful place that doesn't always give out misinformation. And when we are speculating or theorizing, I try my best to make sure I throw that in there, because you can't state things as fact and then put somebody else's life at risk, you know?
Well, look, a lot of these YouTubers that are doing this type of stuff or this type of content need to be very careful about what they're doing, and they need to pay attention to what just happened. Yeah. Well, they need to pay attention to what just happened to Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Alex Jones just got drilled.
Yeah.
For doing exactly what we see people doing as far as this Kiely Rodni thing's going.
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, and he got hit with $45 million in fines.
Yeah, I know. Well, when he dies, his children have to bury him because his life insurance policy goes to the victims, and it's well deserved. I mean, you know. But I have to say this to you guys. I actually respect Alex Jones, some of his work, some things he's done. I don't.
He's got a lot of things right.
Portion of his life, right?
He has got a lot of things right. Well, see, even with the Sandy Hook thing, there's a lot of things that are fishy still to this day about that whole deal.
Agreed.
You know, and that's why I tell people all the time, when you're talking about false flags, people need to understand that most of the time. Now, granted, Alex Jones really thought that nothing happened there at all.
Believed that. And the news was giving out so much misinformation and weird things that it led them to that belief. With this situation, he's just making this shit up as he goes.
But the majority, what I was going to say is the majority of time when it comes to false flags, though, most people, when they say that, they're not saying that it was a hoax that never happened. They're saying it happened for an agenda.
Yeah, like it was the government's plan.
Like the government's basically murdering your kids and murdering your family members to push an agenda.
Right. Mark, what did you say?
About Sandy Hook when it
happened? you were saying something and it glitched.
Yeah, I was just saying how I didn't believe Sandy Hook at first when it happened. I mean,
it's because of the media. The mainstream media made it weird, man. It made it believable that there was something sketchy going on. It really did, and they fed into it. They really did. I think that they are just as liable as Alex in a way.
Well, look, Google even had some. There's things about Sandy Hook that there was a tragedy that happened at that school, but I don't think that town, Newtown, Connecticut, was actually an active town when it happened. I still think that it was a staged situation. I really do, with every fiber of my being.
This person says, hello, Generation X was raised by groomers. Now look at what we have become. I was 16 with a 22-year-old. I am so sorry to hear that, JoJo. My heart goes out to you, and I can see that you must be a very strong woman or man. I'm assuming by your picture and the name, female, but however you like to be referred to, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Well, my question is, if she thinks Gen X was raised by groomers, who do you think these?
She's saying she was. She's saying she's Generation X or he, and that they were raised by groomers.
Well, my question is who's raising or who's watching our kids in schools today? If you think
my heavens,
our parents were groomers.
The high school here is fucking, oh my God. They talk about them kids like, oh my God. I had problems with that because some of these kids, they just need somebody to try and not cage them up like they're fucking criminals. It's like the jail. When I work at the school, it's almost like I'm still at the jail. Like it's crazy. That's why they react the way they do. If you cage up an animal, it's going to act like an animal, Our school systems are fucked.
The truth of the matter is
Without
any adult
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Any Mark?
All I said was our system has been fucked up.
Yeah. Well, when I started subbing, I care. I am so passionate about just life in general, people having a good life, because I stayed so depressed and down in the shit for so long. I don't want to see nobody ever go through that. And call me what you want. Say I put my nose where it don't belong. I don't care. I do what's right because it's moral and it makes me feel better.
This is my two issues with today's education system and teachers in general. Two issues. One, if what they were teaching our kids and what they were trying to indoctrinate our kids with was really not that big of a deal, why are they willing to go to such great lengths to hide it from parents?
Right.
Okay? You don't hide something that you believe isn't okay.
They hide so much from parents. It's crazy.
You hide things that you ain't supposed to be doing. Secondly, any adult that is talking to preschoolers, kindergartners, elementary school kids about their sexuality, about their fetishes, about their kinks and shit like that to your kids is a freaking pedo and needs to be put in jail.
And do you know how many I booked in? I booked in preachers, grandparents, teachers, all these people that should be like, doing this because they love children and want to see them grow, not because they have nasty ass things in the back of their mind that they want to. But it happens so fucking much in small towns, big towns. It doesn't matter. It's happening everywhere.
Oh, it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
The reason why these kids are so misguided, so confused, and so filled with hate is because the teachers are teaching them to hate.
Yeah. They're trying to control. It's all about control. Like, they make a bigger deal about the clothing like that these kids are wearing than their education. Like, I had an argument with the principal here because I was subbing, and it's a stupid ass thing, like worrying about the hole in the pants being above the knee and not worrying about their education or their safety. Like, dude, you need to get your shit straight. Yes. This local school here, I have had it with them. I'm about to start like an online newspaper just to exploit a few things. The lady they have working it there stole like thousands of dollars from our community because she was part of the board for the fairground. We don't even have a fair now thanks to this lady, and they've got her working up there at the high school and dealing with finances. Are you shitting me? Damn.
Oh my God.
Works right by the principal, who's only worried about holes being above the knee. Like, fuck that.
Well, I guess it's not only in New York that's happening. I guess it's everywhere.
And El Chingo or El Chingon, you've been in here. I respect your opinions.
I got you in Spanish, mamacita. It's El Chingon.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
El Chingon.
Respond. But he's been on here, and he's more into the sheriff's department, like wanting me to look into Project Beat Us, or shoot, that ain't how it's called. Let's see, Project Veritas, yeah. So I have been looking through. I've been watching the videos, and I do believe there's some weird shit. But the thing is, Nevada County is the ones in control of Kylie's case now. But that's they're right outside of Placer, and surely they know the stuff that's going on there, which makes me question their, agency as well.
Project Veritas is part of the establishment.
Right, just a quick question. The FBI dropped it because I've been.
FBI is not involved any longer.
It's not longer involved.
I don't believe so. I'm going to try my best to confirm that for us. But everything I've found, Nevada County keeps putting out things saying that they're in control. Yes.
The FBI still has the vehicle.
FBI has the vehicle, so they're covering that part of the case.
Yes, they are.
Mike, you are choppy as ever.
Yeah, your struggle wireless is cutting in and out, bro.
I tried to keep him on because he has great opinions and they're different from mine, but it's just his audio is so bad.
Yeah, he needs to step out and come back, maybe. Or
try it again, Mike. I am so sorry. I truly am. But yeah, so it's like no matter what you do or you say, people are always coming at us. It doesn't matter.
Well, look, the bottom line is anybody that's actually putting anything out there for people to listen to that's of any value at all is going to get attacked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just the world we live in.
Go roll with what's popular or what's going to get me. I'm just not that person. If you don't like it, you don't gotta watch me.
And personally, I'm also of the ideas that you just don't go out and throw out unsubstantiated accusations and claims against someone based on like I said, a forward fucking message that someone had in their DMs.
Absolutely. Things are taken out of context for a reason.
You need a little bit more proof than that.
Okay, yeah, let me take the screen share down, y'all. We're done with it anyways. All right.
I mean,
I heard that.
I know Tony that well, but Tony seems like an all right dude to me, you know?
Angry Snowman, your audio, can you go in and come back? Yeah, go out and come back in to straighten up your audio. I think Mike's stuff, might have. And the screen share being up for so long probably didn't help. Okay. But I appreciate y'all being here. I've appreciated all your thoughts on everything we've spoken about. I mean, and it is sad that we're having to talk about Tony and we're having to talk about, Ryan but it's wrong, I think, to just remain silent and let everyone else just pretend like he's right. Somebody has to speak up and say the right thing because this is around Kylie's case and it's actually overshadowing it. People would rather hear about this and it's sick. So I think that's why people are coming at me because they think that, you're talking about him and her. No, I'm pointing out what he's doing. Why is it okay for these other people to make stuff to just keep rubbing his back? But if I'm talking what's reality, it's wrong? No, thank you. Oh, thank you. You're welcome, Citizen Handy. I hate that I left that up there, but we were getting into such deep thought that it didn't even occur to me. So, Mark, Annie, do you all have any thoughts or anything like in specific that you can think of we should bring up and look at, like any interviews or anything that you can point something out that's just in the back of your mind?
I'm just here to enjoy the show and like that I was just first time watching and I felt like somebody needed to speak out and
you're right
for the victims as well, the extra victims now.
Yeah, because that's what's happening. You've got so many, and like people are coming at me over XanaMay, right? I have asked her so many questions. I've asked her in so many ways that I know when I'm asking her that way that if she's got something to hide, there's going to be a little bit of a catch, and she answers it flawlessly. If it's something that's like ridiculous, she doesn't have an answer, and that's why I do believe what she's telling me. Because, did you guys see Amber Heard? When somebody has an answer for bullshit questions, they have an answer for everything. Most of the time, they're lying.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying.
I was just thinking about Amber.
Yeah, that bothers me.
I was definitely. Oh my god, that woman irks the crap out of me.
Me too. And okay, do y'all know the Camila situation with that? I know this is totally off topic, but
I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
So I ended up in a Twitter war with this Camila, the very person that's probably Cat Tinbarge, that Popcorn Planet's doing this investigation over. I tried to get them to pay attention to this woman when this first began, because she was attacking me for supporting Johnny, and like I was supporting like factual stuff, not just him being famous and me.
Not because he's Johnny Depp, like
exactly.
they said,
because it's right and wrong.
These are the people that thought that believed that Edward Scissorhands was a real person. I will not forget that line.
Comment.
That comment was like, yeah, that he really has scissors for hands. I'm like, bro. I mean, I think that everybody had a point. I was a little girl when that movie came out, and I'm like, I believed he had scissors for hands. Why not? But
we were kids.
We were freaking kids. I thought Peter Pan was actually a real person.
Yeah. But she still thinks like that, man. Like, that's crazy. No, 47 days until toxicology report will be back. God, that's so long. 40 fucking 7 days of us being on this planet without knowing anything and wanting to find things out, wanting just, and all the different creators, all the different, it's just going to be crazy. I can't imagine what shit's going to happen between now and then.
How many more people is Ryan going to call out?
Victimize, villainize over.
Oh, we're next.
Over just, we're fucking next, 100%.
We're next.
Because listen, y'all know
he's going to make me famous.
Oh, yeah, he's going to make you famous. But anyways, do you know when Doug was in the boat and they like put that black thing over his mouth because he was stating the name of the person that Kiely supposedly was in a fight with at the party?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, people were saying it looks like Brittany. Oh my God, somebody brought that the fuck up the other day, and I was like, oh my God, just wait. That's going to be my tie to this stuff. That's what he's going to tie in. You wait and see. Because one of his like minions brought it up. I was like, dude, I'm
gonna get tied up. I'm like all the way across the country. We're all gonna get tied up one way or another.
Just because we believe in the right thing.
Just because we have a different opinion towards, what his cult has to say. And I'm sad because I was part of that.
Yeah.
I was part of that, and I pulled myself.
We really weren't part of that though, because
I really wasn't. I liked.
We were fans.
Content.
We were not cult members. We were apparently not creepsters, even though we thought we were.
We're not part of the creep.
That's what separates it. That's the separation.
Squad.
Church.
The church.
I mean, it's crazy. It's so painful because he was like an iconic person for this side of the world, to show that a poor rapper from these towns, because like you have all seen those memes, like you could be the guy who wants to be a rapper from your town.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it.
It's here. It happens here too. And he did it. And it's sad that he has all this following and he's misdirecting people into believing something that it's his belief. I respect it, but don't drag people along when you know it's not right.
When you look
want to believe that the earth is flat, go ahead, believe it. But don't bring other people that believe that the earth is round.
Yeah. He gets mad about that. He does. His ego cannot handle it. It just can't. And I've seen it. He freaks the fuck out. He cusses women out, calls them fat cows and all this shit. Like, dude, that's not who you like made us to believe you were for the last 10 years, 5 for me. But I thought he was this humble boy that had all this money but didn't brag about it and didn't taunt people. But yet at the same time, he was doing it right in front of my face. It was just edited. It wasn't long form, him just talking without. It's so different. It's so different.
What can we say?
Upchurch fans drink too much water. That's what we can say. Too much creek water.
Too much creek water.
That's what I'm going to start saying.
Ay, Dios míos.
Well, this evening I'm going to put together something. I don't really know what way we'll go with it, just because there's so much drama going on right now, and I don't want to be talking about Kiely's like the actual information that needs to be discussed, as far as like looking into some photos and stuff, which I do plan to do. But if this stuff's going to be going on, we're going to have trolls. I guess I'll talk about the wrong that's happening. We'll see. But I'm just not going to back down and be quiet, because some of these people are scared by him. Like, they're too afraid to talk and speak up, and I'm not. I just ain't.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're all entitled to having an opinion, speaking out. And at the end of the day, it's a matter of, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I'm going to speak and show shit to everybody. I'm not going to follow what his cult is, saying out there.
Yeah, you're
And
not going to agree with something you know is wrong.
yeah,
it shows
that's
what
the
type
end.
of lady you are. You're a fucking woman. You a hardworking woman that has common sense.
And apparently, what a lot of people are lacking of lately.
Oh my God. I didn't know that this many people.
Oh no, it's serious. I see it every day, and it's only getting worse. A lot of people, it's disgusting the way they believe. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what's right when what's wrong. Why do you choose, again, followers? Followers. That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mark, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's.
I know you're like me. You're tired of everybody, like the new victims being added, new creators being brought in, and then tied into Kylie's freaking investigation. That's insanity.
Yeah.
If XanaMay was like guilty by now, as many people I'm sure has called in on her because of Ryan, she would totally be locked up already. If Icked Mail had anything to do with it, same thing. Because look how crazy this is on the internet. You know, they've been calling in and causing issues, and that's not even important shit. They're taking up time that actual people could have been calling in about actual things.
Mm-hmm. Actual facts, yeah.
Yeah, this is a diversion that should never have happened, and he should be held accountable. I don't believe in cancel culture, but he needs to take accountability.
Someone needs to check him.
You know, what's really sad is if it is true that Jagger got a DUI after this happened, and after this case is over with, it comes out that he's innocent. We all saw the abuse that he got online firsthand. Who's to say that wasn't his judgment into drinking and doing what he did that night and getting caught? So
because he was hurt, he was mourning. I lean more towards this. Just allegedly, my opinion, more towards the Nate kid because of jealousy and the boyfriend situation, all that. But it's possible. Anything's possible.
No. I'm saying if it comes out, I'm not accusing Jagger of anything.
Right.
It's come out that he got a DUI recently, as within like the last week or so.
And people are pointing to that to make him seem guilty.
Well, no, I'm just saying that Ryan calling him guilty and all these people online trolling him and
because again, they're all followers. He has a cult, and whatever he says, little trolls
don't forget
start walking and trolling, and not a lot of people have this mentality of I don't give a flying F. I don't care what they say about me. Some people will take this very literal. I'm not saying that they're weak-minded, but they have a different perspective of how we're seeing things. And God forbid, they'll end up committing some stupidity.
When someone commits suicide because of his cult and his calling, because don't forget his comment in that video. That was exactly what he's doing, and he knows it. When he said, go over to Tony Dodge and ask him about gangbanging and pedophilia. That was him saying, go over there and harass the fuck out of me.
Go spam his shit. Go. Let me say it in his voice. Go spam his shit.
Skins. Yeah. Like somebody is going to end up taking their own life because of all of the hatred, comments, the threats, people telling them to. Not everybody can handle it. It is a hard thing. It really is. It might seem like nothing. But that's like kids nowadays, for example. When we went to school, you could come home and get away from the bullying. Kids don't have that now. That's just like, because the internet, you take it with you everywhere. It's never off. It's never gone. There's always that space that they're in your ear and spreading shit. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And no, I can't confirm that is a true story exactly. I do know that AWP says it can be confirmed. And I reckon the police have gathered that footage or whatever. So we'll be finding out. They're just taking their time, I think, to process this properly before they make arrests. Because they have gotten, I'm sure, they've gotten warrants and things. They've gotten into the phones. They're watching for those kids to make mistakes and say the wrong things. They're stirring the pot with AWP in these videos to make these kids get aroused and upset. So they might make mistakes and leave a trail for them to follow. And then further evidence to gain, because when prosecution time comes, they need as much as they can get to be able to prove their story. So this case is just a month old. Normally, we don't have this much information this quick. It's just it developed online.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan getting involved put a spotlight right on it.
Yes, he did.
So I thank him for that, but it's the intent. I don't know if I think in the beginning he did have good intentions. It felt that way, but now looking at it, it seems like he's this person and that, I don't know.
I mean, it may have, we could give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
it could have started that way.
That's what I thought at the beginning.
His ego got the best of him, obviously.
Yeah, I think when the police asked him to stop, and because that's when he started saying she was fake, after the police had sent him that DM that I kept bringing up to him and he got so fucking pissed. That's when he started freaking out, like when people started asking him not to share his crazy theories about YouTubers. And then he just, went crazy with it because he don't like to be told not to do things. It's just the truth.
Childish
entitled. Says, from Citizen Handy, I'm a foreigner and I clearly see how the U.S. now is very divided and a laughing stock of other countries, and it's very sad. Oh yeah, absolutely. We are the laughing stock of a lot. We're actually in the epicenter of, being a power nation, and we are looking like idiots.
Our country's failing tremendously. It's fucking
The system has failed the people.
Yeah, Justin says they told XanaMay they wanted to tie her down and force her, watch them cut up and cook her dog, then force feed it to her. See what I'm fucking talking about? That girl has been, that is just disgusting.
Wait, what? Who said that?
Ryan's people, Ryan's followers, giving her comments, leaving her messages, pranking her, and really going hard for this poor girl. That's why I've been having her on, talking about these things, trying to share the truth, get the real truth out there for her sake, to set the story straight. Because it's like this: if you don't speak up, you're guilty. If you do speak up, you're a fucking clout chaser. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're still left up in people's eyes, but
look over here now. We got nude best adult dating comments. This shit happens on YouTube. It happens on Facebook. It happens on Instagram. It happens on Twitter. That shit. Look there. Bam. Huh. Ain't that ironic?
So this. Wow. Ryan didn't say that. It was probably it's probably one of his panel crew.
I don't know, because I know that they were sending her messages and stuff, so I don't know exactly. I'm sure Justin knows because we talk with XanaMay. I'm going to go out there as soon as I raise enough funds. If anybody donates to this channel, it's not monetized. My other channel most likely will not be monetized either. I'm just going to take donations and support through Cash App and stuff, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do interviews with the people she worked with that are willing. I'm not going to force it up on anyone, but I'm going to try speaking with anyone and everyone in the area. I'm going to record just, the roads and the scenes and things that I think that we find important. Let you guys tell me where to go. But she offered me to stay in her guest room. I think it's important to get to know her as well and just let her, show who she really is.
Wow. I would love to hear her point of view on this.
I'll bring her back on tonight if she's
I have
let you speak with her personally.
Yeah, I would love to speak to her
because you're so respectful. I feel like we could do that here, and that's the thing. I can have her on here and she's safe.
Yeah, it should feel safe anywhere you go. You shouldn't be bullied the way that they're doing this. If they said that, it's horrible.
He says they talked about doing things to her 11-year-old niece. Yeah, and I even saw a creator that I love very much. She was influenced by, and she was sharing photos, not realizing she's 11 years old and that there's no way, because she just came here in May or March. They just come from Ukraine in March, and they were saying that she was Kylie's friend that was in this picture, but it's not true. She's only 11 years old. She just came here to this country. And that's the thing that gets me. They know that XanaMay is super fucking smart. She works for NASA. So she's super intelligent. However, sometimes she don't understand the hillbilly slang English, and he got her with that. He just was super abusive. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, I don't think she understood. I don't think she understood English enough to get that he was insinuating it and not actually.
It's she can talk English very well, right? But it's the understanding of the way that we speak and the way he speaks, and it just confused her. He used that against her to make her look guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked, but that's why I'm trying to do this. I am trying to just set the story straight around the case and still investigate the case. But this is important to me. This type of shit has to stop. I was done the same way. I was smeared all this shit, not about this type of stuff. I wasn't accused of murder. They didn't really have anything. It was just like a smear campaign to make people not want to watch me. But it's like the comments and the stress and the bullying you get from it, it's unimaginable. It actually is. And if you've got any other tragedies going on in your life at that time, you're mourning, you're depressed, it makes it so fucking hard. So fucking hard to be able to think logically and react logically. She just came over here March or May. Not XanaMay. XanaMay's being here. She's in the National Guard and all that. But her sister and her niece, she went out, like they let her go. She went to Ukraine and brought them back here because they were in the war area, the war zone. And yeah, it was in March, I believe March 11th, actually, because we went back and looked at that document because she was on the news. And then there was like a bunch of journalists that done stories on it because she's a hero. Like literally, like she was in the art, like so many ways this woman's a hero and she's been bashed all to hell. It's just not right, not morally right, not logically right. If you have common sense, you know better. But Mark, thank you for coming on. I hope you come back this evening. If you subscribe, just make sure you turn the bell on because where I'm like starting out fresh and small, YouTube don't always give me the proper boost they should. But I'll try to get XanaMay on tonight so you guys can actually speak with her yourselves too. She needs all the support she can get and just kind people around because she's intelligent and she wanted to speak on this. She wanted to help with this case, but now she's almost too afraid to say anything, and it's sad.
Yeah, somebody needs to speak out for these people that are getting bullied so much that they're afraid to even speak out.
Yeah, it's just like with Tony. Tony was like, he's so defensive because, well, look what's going on, you know. Like I said, I don't agree with some of the things he says to people, like, you know, name calling or whatever, but that's Tony, not me. And I just know that he didn't do what's being accused of him, you know?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He didn't have anything to do with Kiely anyway. So
yeah.
Regardless of that, why are we even speaking on him and Kiely? You know, I mean,
that shouldn't have been put together. You're right.
It's all just distractions and
that's getting back at him for like, you know, not agreeing with everything. That's what it is. It's like the same thing with Wicked Mail because he was like, dude, Ronnie came on. I don't want to like throw him out in the rain and throw him under the bus. Like as a creator, if you have a contact to somebody and got them on your show, and you shouldn't bash the shit out of them, you know, like if it's fishy, you should question it and look into it, which is what Wicked Mail did. I think he handled it good, but Ryan was upset because he felt like he was taking Ronnie's side over him.
Yep.
And that pissed him off. So anybody that does that, you got a shit full of shit coming, and it's awful, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone that's here. I'll be back on this evening. Just watch for a notification. Everyone's always welcome. Sometimes I do closed panel. Most of the time it's open panel. Today, all day, open panel. So, Mark, I'm glad I met you. Thank you for coming on. Same goes to Annie and Snowman, Angry Snowman, all of you, and Mike. Thank you guys so much. All of my commenters, even the assholes that are like being mean and rude. Thank you for your time. Okay, I appreciate it. I watched Britt's video last night, so just updating. So she was there at the same time of the party, just clarifying. No, XanaMay was not there at the party. XanaMay lives near Truckee, and she'd been wanting to go out to that lake for a long time. You basically just watch back the 2 interviews I've done with her. I don't want to speak for her here, but no, she was not at the party, and she wasn't at the Spanish party either. It was a Snapchat that she had pulled up and shared. What was the gentleman stating about the FBI? The FBI is apparently in control of her car. That's what I understood that Mike was stating. Let's see. There are people, I am one of them, that get gut feelings. And I believe a lot of people that look into crime genuinely care about those people. Amber, absolutely. Absolutely. There's just those people like we get, instantly. It's weird. I'm not trying to say I know everything. I'm not saying it's right all the time. But normally it is. I mean, it just is. See, before his line broke up. Yeah, I know it sucks because his connection, every time he comes on, it's like that. But he has so much good information. He's really looked into things. He's educated himself on it. He's just not speaking out, the other end. I like having Mark and Michael on. They're both really good. Two different people with different opinions and different from mine. Okay, when will we go live again? This evening sometime. See, Sadie has a game and a competition. I'll try to do it around that time. So we'll shoot for like 6 or 8. If I can't do it, I'll try to come on before then. And just watch your notifications. Make sure you're subscribed. Also, if you don't care, go over and subscribe to Mysterious Case Files, my other channel. I will be, as soon as I can, as soon as I get enough donations in my Cash App, I'm going to get me a ticket out to Truckee. I'm going to go hang out with XanaMay and let her show me around, do interviews, and all of that will be on that channel. All right, let's see. I just heard what y'all were trying to figure out with Check It and all that. Oh, with Check It and the SF situation. I'm going to go back to that this evening because Justin will probably come on with me, and we've been working on that investigation part on what he's doing. SF, the family actually finally asked him to stop because he's been making it look like they back him and don't back AWP, and that's just not the case. They're tired of him talking and spreading all this information that isn't necessarily true. He's calling himself a private investigator when he isn't. He's told people somehow he's inferred that the family hired him when they didn't. So much weird shit. Yeah, it's a weird one, and we'll finish talking about it and going in deeper because I know Justin was talking to him in a feed, and I sent Justin a bunch of questions I had for him to ask him. We're supposed to be getting those answers. So, yeah, SF is a piece of shit. I don't know about Check It. I'm still on the fence. But I do know he's buddying up with SF, and I don't think that's a good decision. But it's like he's doing the same thing. So, it is what it is. But I love y'all. Thank you so much. Make sure you've liked the video and you're subscribed. Watch your notifications. Watch my community posts. All that. I always try to let you guys know before we go live. But I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your opinions. Thank you for your common sense and your ability to have discussion like a grown-up. I truly appreciate it. I love all y'all. And again, I don't agree with what Tony says when he's saying things like bad names, calling, all that stuff. I don't like that, and I don't agree with that. But that screenshot don't make him guilty, and that's just is what it is. Oh, it's so crazy because now he's trying to change what he said before. He made people think he was the family's private investigator in the beginning. He went on Zavs, and that was the whole idea of it. Now he's going back to, I'm just volunteering. Of course he is, because he's been asked to shut up. So my mom is a retired investigator. She gets bad vibes about things. Yeah, you have to have that to be able to do what we do. You're 100% correct. I've been looking into getting my PI license. I have my degrees in law enforcement, corrections, all that. I've done my psychology classes. I've worked in the field. I've worked at jails. I've tried a little bit of everything. And I would love to do it. I would love to move from here and do that. I'd like to be a PI and then also do the bounty hunter stuff. That's so cool. I think that would be a good business to have in one building. So if I ever get our brand built up enough, that's my future plans. And to have a mobile fleet van. It's going to be pink, leopard interior, y'all. I'm going to go around, and these people who don't get the media coverage they should on their missing people or murders, I'm going to go out, travel there in the van, bring whoever wants to come with me, and we're going to help these people. We're going to share their stories. One day I will get there. I'm manifesting this, a better future for true crime creators and for the supporters and consumers. I love you guys, though. I've got to go. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. We'll see you this evening. Thank you all. Thank everyone. Respect to everyone. See, she did ground police for a while then. Awesome. Your mom's a wonderful woman. I'll tell you that. And I want to state too, Jess, when we were over on Tony's, I had to leave out, but I love you. I respect you. I respect your opinions. Same as I hate what's going on with Tony, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So I love y'all. Have a wonderful night. Toodles. Wonderful day. Be nice. Be happy.